This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. It's been talked about for a while, and the time has finally arrived. Welcome to Project Tranmere, a working title in a way, but perhaps we'll stick with it. First and foremost, this is a Youth Academy-based series. For those of you familiar with FIFA and the YouTube scene, you'll know that I'm not breaking ground here. There are some well-established creators, my personal favorite being Cutsy, who specialize in this type of series. That said, with what I do on the NHL franchise with my Draft to Glory series, it is a very similar thought. The idea of building up a club around computer-generated players, it really does make sense. It's the perfect transition for me to have a FIFA series and for it to be this. In this series, we are going to take the newly promoted Tranmere Rovers and we're going to build through the Youth Academy and the Academy only. No transfers aside from the outgoing initial players, of course. Rather than just filling the roster with random free agents, we're just going to sell off who we have. I'm not going to be signing regen players. I'm just personally not a fan of doing so. In this series, it is down to the luck of the draw with our scouts. Why Tranmere, though, before we really get into this? Well, with them being newly promoted and Cutsy using Macclesfield Town, of course, who I was going to use, they're the perfect club to take control of in League 2. Not to mention, they're a Merseyside club and a stone's throw over the River Mersey from my club, Liverpool, even if Tranmere's a tad bit blue. So getting down to business, this first season really won't feature any gameplay. It's going to be a gameplay series in a way, probably highlighted form, although, of course, I am known on the NHL side of things from doing simming and only simming. The reason, though, why I'm going to handle the first season this way is because I want it to be focused on the first batch of talent that we find. But down the road, I'm going to leave a lot of this up to you guys as far as how we handle this, whether or not we play games, all games, just the cup matches, the biggest fixtures, whatever works. It's a work in progress with this first series. It's long overdue that I have brought FIFA to this channel. With that said, let's get down to business. I did just quickly want to show you that we have the transfer list set up. Pretty much everyone that can be transfer listed is. We'll see who we end up getting rid of. We haven't done anything financially in terms of the 60% budget boost, financial takeovers. We haven't done anything like that. So the budget right now is not the biggest, which leads me to the youth staff. I have not yet taken a look at who is available. We'll see if we get lucky with any half-decent scouts. And of course, there's a five-star that we very much cannot afford. But Ewan Cooper, I don't know why why did I butcher the last name? Cooper. Ewan Cooper. Let's call him Cooper. Yeah, 3-star. We will gladly sign him up. And because we're going to be selling off players, let's see if there's anybody else here. 3-star, 2-star. You know, in fairness, Andrew Ennis and Fabiao Medeiros might not be the worst two to sign. How I plan on handling the scouting is a permanent English-based scout. We'll have our one try-hard region, you know, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, whatever. And then we'll have the who gives a shit. Let's scout out New Zealand and Venezuela and see what we can find. So, you know what? We are going to go through with this. And let's see, we'll take Andrew Ennis as well, although there is the 4-star, 2-star Utzinger from Switzerland. But let's go ahead and go with the 3 cheaper options, and of course, in time, we'll be able to upgrade this. So our best scout is the 3-star Cooper. We will set him up in England for the entire season. Let's have Medeiros be our try-hard scout. I'm gonna go with Medeiros as our try-hard scout. And for the moment, we're gonna go 3-month stints at a time. I'm going to choose the first one, but I'll leave it up to you guys, of course, in the future as far as, okay, where do we scout next? But I'm thinking Germany. Why the hell not? As opposed to just being like, oh, well, Brazil. No, let's go Germany. Let's go Germany for the first try hard. And as far as the who gives a damn scout, you know what? I'm known for my NHL content. Shout out to Canada. Let's scout Canada for the first 3 months, and we'll see what we can find. For the moment, let's move forward until we have any bit of news to talk about. Training-wise, I'm just going to train up some of the more promising players that we have that we may end up getting rid of if we have anybody that's promising. We don't. Although that's disrespectful to Shamal George. So, yeah, we're pretty much good to go. Let's wait to see what happens in terms of negotiations. We'll wait to see what happens as well with the preseason tournament. Atletico Madrid interested in Martin Skirtle. I love Martin Skirtle, but no. Guys, we are back. I have gone ahead and simmed a month ahead. We've already gone ahead as well and sold off quite a few players. We've gotten way more offers than I would have thought, but quite a few players are gone already at this point. The good thing, it's time for our first 3 scouting updates. I'm excited for this. We will see who the first few signings are. Let's start off with Cooper, as we have 3 players here: Isaac Phillips, Oscar Mason, and Sam Robinson. Phillips, not looking that promising, but 6'4" is the goalkeeper. For the moment, we're going to sign him. Next up, Oscar Mason. We'll still sign him for the moment, too. And Sam Robinson. Right. Good job, Mr. Cooper. Thank you. Medeiros, who do you got for us? Patrick Newman? Probably not Newman with him being German, but still 77. That might as well be a 99 on this team. We'll see what else we get. Michael Schultze, not too bad. 6'4" goalkeeper. Michael Schinkel, please make the team in the future. Hello. Please tell me that's accurate. Moritz Meyer, who could be the face of this entire series, if that's anywhere close to correct. And Hans Newman as well. So Germany paying off quite well for us. And now we get to Ennis out in Canada. Eric White, 62 to 84. Don't know if I'm going to trust that, but we'll sign up the 15-year-old. Josh Wilson, a 73 to a 94. Please. Oh, man. Canada could work out for us. And Russell Gibbs, 64 to an 86. 6-foot-tall keeper, though. Maybe not ideal. But the Youth Academy is looking pretty promising thus far. We'll see how the updates go, but certainly a few of these guys will end up being signed. We don't have anybody left in the reserves, so we'll see how this first month goes for us. We will reconvene pretty much after deadline day, and I'm going to stick to this update style of going pretty much a month at a time, recapping on what's happened, at least for the first season, of course, while we're just trying to gather these players that will hopefully eventually prove to be the faces of this series. Now, in fairness to me, I'm going to say it's a little bit early in the morning, and I should probably be recording this when I'm a little bit more awake. But you know what would also be helpful for the sake of this series is showing you guys the update as to who's actually worth sticking around and worth keeping on this team. Isaac Phillips, not so much. I hope you had a nice stint here, Isaac, but you're done. Sam Robinson as well, not going to happen. Oscar Mason, while we do need bodies, I mean, at least have it be someone who's worth developing. He is not. Patrick Newman, for example, will stay for the moment. He's not going to be focused upon. Schultze as well can stay for the moment. Schinkel. Moritz Meyer, though, is the real deal, which is very promising, and we're actually going to be signing him. We need a striker after some of the transfers that we've made, so Moritz Meyer will be signed immediately. Newman okay, Eric White looking really good, Russell Gibbs in goal, and Josh Wilson, the right back, also looking extremely promising. He's 6'6", though. Probably going to train him up to be a little bit better at center back. 6'6", but 73 jumping. That is incredibly promising. So needless to say, training-wise, Wilson, White, and Moritz Meyer will probably be the focus. I'd say Russell Gibbs as well. The one downside, Meyer and Wilson are the only two with the promising feature in terms of training. So everyone else, especially someone like Russell Gibbs, who I'd love to train up, it's looking a tad bit unlikely. Regardless, back on track. Let's sim a month and see what happens. A very busy deadline day around the globe comes to an end. Nearly $1 billion spent. Let's go ahead and go through the rest of deadline day, hoping that ridiculous glitch doesn't happen. It's happened to me a couple of times this year, and hey, we made it through. Tremendous. So, first things first, let's take a look around the world at the transfer history. We'll see the biggest moves from this window. Of course, we left the window open. We'll take a look, I guess, first and foremost at what happened with our club as we continued to move out players, including Shamal George and numerous others. So, a lot's been going on around here where we're a lot more successful than I thought we'd be in terms of moving out the majority of our players. Perisic to Bayern, Brandt to Leipzig. Any other big moves? Wilfried Zaha to Valencia. Not too bad. Edin Dzeko to Atleti. Roberto to Chelsea. Not bad. Milik to Man U. Another taller striker that won't do anything for them. Benzema to PSG. That's right. That was a shot at Lukaku. Deal with it. Savic to Liverpool. Not bad. Mandzukic to Real Madrid. And more. Balotelli to Schalke for 30.8 million. Nice. That said, after that quick little look at the major moves from around the world, let's go ahead and take a look. You know what? I'm going to save, and the glitch happened. Of course it did. Well, the good news is all the same moves would have happened anyway. So allow me to restart the game, and then we'll get a look at everything else. Yay. Good stuff. All right, we're back again. Thankfully, no glitch this time out. We've already taken a look around the other leagues. As far as where we are right now, 12th place in the league table, 7 points through 5 games, which I have to be honest, with the amount of roster turnover that we've had, and seeing that we're relying on quite a few guys who are fresh out of the youth academy, I'm relatively happy with how we've started things off. We signed Russell Gibbs. He's up by 2 already. Michael Schinkel, who isn't that promising, but we just kind of needed to sign someone else as a keeper, so we have him as well. Josh Wilson going to be one of the major faces in this series. He's up by 3 already early on. Who else do we have in the midfield? We have Hans Newman up by 1 to a 53. Patrick Newman we also signed as well. And then the main man, Moritz Meyer. I cannot wait to see what he becomes. 5-star, 2-star. Going to be a very interesting player, especially if we end up playing games down the road. Medium low isn't too terrible either for a work rate, even though he is center forward as opposed to a striker. Regardless, let's go ahead and get down to the main event of this section here. I'm so excited to see who we have and who will be joining the Youth Academy. Again, we'll start with Cooper and the English recruits. We start off with Connor Morgan, who, again, we're going to sign for the hell of it just to see if he magically ends up being better. Max Cooper, who, also a little bit rough. Mason Morgan, who might have some outside promise, 85. And Alfie Price. So, again, a bit of a swing and a miss from the English scout Cooper. Let's take a look at Medeiros, who, of course, is in Germany. We have Fabian Baumann, not too bad if it works out, 17-year-old. Benjamin Roth as well, another German goalkeeper, 6'1", 17 years old. End up signing him as well. Sasha Dietrich is there. Not really going to work out for him now, is it? and Andreas Gross, 51, 71. Probably not going to work out for you either, but we'll sign you for the moment. And that brings us to Ennis out in Canada. We have Evan Martin, 58 to 80 potential for the 16-year-old. And Brian Michaels, 52 to 72. Not all that promising. Let's go ahead, though, and take a look at the academy as it stands. So Connor Morgan, 45 to a 61. 43 overall at 17 years old. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Alfie Price as well, not worth keeping around. Michael Schultz probably will be dropped. Eric White will hang around for a little bit longer. Max Cooper, Max, I'm sorry, buddy, it's not going to happen. Mason Morgan will keep around for a bit. Bowman's not going anywhere. Ben Roth will stay, and that makes Schultz a little bit expendable. So Ben Roth takes over there. Dietrich, not going to happen for you either. Andreas Gross, nope. Not sticking around. Evan Martin, you have a little bit of time to try and prove yourself. And Brian Michaels, we're gonna ditch you for now, Brian, mainly because Eric White's there. Granted, he's not old enough for us to sign, but at the moment, that is what the Youth Academy looks like. We have 2 Canadians, 2 Germans, and 1 Englishman. Not how I expected that to really play out. That said, I'm going to sim at least 1 more month into the season, so I will see you guys on October 1st, and we'll get a look at how everything's shaping up. Alright, we've rejoined this a tad bit early. Final game of September against MK Dons. Unfortunately, we've slipped up a bit. 8 points now through 9 matches played. We're currently in 21st in the league table, again, out of 24, so we're not quite at the bottom. We haven't exactly had any success in league or cup match plays as well. League-wise, we're at least okay. We're putting up somewhat of a fight. but we were bounced from the Check-a-Trade trophy by Scunthorpe. We were just demolished. And in the Carabao Cup as well, last month, Accrington Stanley also just absolutely kicked us around. So we're going to go ahead and sim this match here. We'll take a look at our final scouting report from some of these scouts, of course, and we will decide in the comments as well, heading into the next episode where we're going to scout next. Let's go ahead and get through this. We lose 3-1. No real surprise. Stockton with the goal. And that will bring us career 10-match milestone. Look out, world. So really, that's all you've been missing for anyone who's like, oh, why don't you just show the whole thing? It's sim game, sim training, good to go. And the good thing is, speaking of good to go, Meyer's already up to a 59. I am intrigued to see how close he can get to 65, 70 by the end of the year. So excited for him already, and so promising for us to get a player of that caliber this early on. As here we go. Patrick Wharton, don't much care for you, bud. Didn't mean to back out of that all the way, but that is all right. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We will start off with Cooper in England. Let's see if he's found anybody good for us. And we start off on a bit of a promising note. Archie Kelly, the 16-year-old, 64 to 88 potential. We'll see if that holds, but it's looking good. Ewan Morgan as well. I'm terrible at pronouncing that name, and I'm sorry. Take a look at it. It's too Americanized for me because, like, Ewan McGregor, you know, it's like just I can't. So I'm sorry if I know. Morgan though, 66 to 90, could be extremely promising. We'll see if that pans out for us. Oliver Davies as well. We'll sign you up for the moment. Alfie Watson, 66 to an 88, and Sean Bailey, 67 to a 91, extremely promising there. As we'll see what we find in Germany the last time out. Moritz Schmitz, hell of a name. Sign him up for the moment. Torben Weber, not bad. And Alexander Zimmerman, 61 to an 83. He'll be the last German that we end up signing here for the moment. And now back to Canada. One last time, who do we have? Anthony Martin, 59 to a 79. And Peter Taylor, 63 to an 83. So we had room to sign everybody. Let's see what we are dealing with in terms of potentials here. So Davies still hanging in there at a 60 to an 82. He'll be hanging around. Morgan still at a 66 to a 90, so still incredibly promising there. Of course, Watson, Archie Kelly, 44 overall, 47 overall there. Eric White slowly dropping off, but worth keeping, at least as a depth option for us. Sean Bailey, of course, isn't going anywhere. Mason Morgan looking really good. He's going to be around for a long time. Bowman, still also looking all right. Ben Roth, still doing well. Schmitz can hang around for a bit until we learn more. Martin, Weber, Zimmerman, and Anthony Martin as well. Peter Taylor, bringing up there at the bottom there. So, overall, we're looking really good. The initial scouting reports over the first 3 months from England, Germany, and Canada, we have a decent foundation with this team. Transfer budget's looking good, too. I don't know if I want to look to improve the scouts this early. Might be a tad bit of a waste of money. But overall, I'm optimistic about where we are. We'll see if I still feel the same way anytime soon. But if we continue to see the development of guys like Moritz Meyer, already up 6 points, 5 points for Gibbs and Wilson, I like where this is going. Again, Wilson, 6'6", 5-star weak foot, 3-star skill moves, low medium work rates. He is going to be an absolute monster from set pieces. And I cannot wait to see what he does. Very excited there. So guys, we are going to end things a little bit early. I want to give you guys an opportunity to give me your feedback, suggestions for this series as well on everything we talked about, from what countries should we scout next as far as serious and kind of jokey. For those who aren't aware, of course, I'll go over here and we'll just take a look at all of your options for those who are not familiar. So left-hand side there, all the countries that are available. Let me know what you think. And again, if we don't get to anything now, we'll get there eventually, because I plan on going all the way with this. We are going to find success in this series, I promise you. But very intrigued to see what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below in regards to everything. I hope you enjoyed. I'm looking forward to that next episode already, and I hope you feel the same way. You know the deal. Support the video, support the channel. Check out everything in the description, and and I'll see you guys in the next one.